Hey guys, Dave and Kevin here from BowHunterPlanet.com's Test Lab, and on today's show we got the 2018 308 short from Excalibur. Just launched, brand new. This bow is a sweet little powerhouse bow. Some of the features real quick, we'll say on the speed we're at 308 feet per second, which is the name 308 short. Cocking effort, they're at 127 pounds, which is a lot less than some of the other ones they've had before. Right. Draw weight is 254 pounds, so that's how much power is going to come off these awesome limbs when it fires, so that's a decent amount of power, to be honest. That's a lot of power. Draw length is 13.375 inches, so it's a very compact bow. You can see that here. Mass weight of the bow is an astonishing 5.6 pounds, which is super light for a crossbow. Yeah. Super light. Overall length is only 30 inches. And then some of the other details real quick are stock styles, compact thumb hole, which you can see here. The finish is mossy oak breakup country. The minimum arrow weight is 350 grains and the arrow length is 16.5. So for those who don't know, Excalibur has their own arrows they've used for a long time, and you can see they're only, what we said, 16.5 inches?
Yeah, 16.5.
So they're smaller, but they're made like that on purpose for their crossbow, which has a smaller cycle to it, so it makes sense overall.
Right. They still have to have the weight. They got to be minimum 350 grains because of the power and the speed of these things.
This is one of those bows that we've said it before, you can break it and fix it yourself in the field with the string. A simple little tool will help you put a new string on, so you should always carry that with you if you have one of these bows. You just don't know when you're going to nick a string with a broadhead on accident, something happen.
Yeah, and I think the other thing they're looking to do is really make it compact so you can get inside of a tight blind, you know, if you're up in a tree, tight space. And I like the idea of spot and stock with this crossbow because of the lightweight and compact. If you're getting into a thick area, you know, it's under 6 pounds and
it's tiny.
Tiny, so you could, you know, and I love the pattern, you know, so you could be camoed out and do some spot and stock with this also.
Real quick on the accessories that this bow comes in, it's an accessory package. Comes with the dead zone scope with 1-inch rings. So that's nice, the ring's already on it. Yeah. We've had that issue before with gun stuff, that you have to go buy the ring separate. Yeah. Guardian anti-dry fire system, which Kevin will talk about that in a minute, in the safety. X-hanger 3-arrow quiver, so that's here, and that comes off real easy. 3 quill arrows, so these are the arrows you see again, 350. These are actually made by Easton, so you know they're made by a quality company that makes arrows. And it comes with the rope cocker, so that makes it easy for you. And it, again, super lightweight, super powerful. And then let's talk about safety.
Okay, so safety for the crossbow is, you know, obviously we always are concerned with that. So it's got the finger protection underneath there where you can. And what I noticed is it's not the largest finger protection I've ever seen, but what they did is they made the handle longer, so you couldn't reach up with your fingers to get in there anyway, so that's kind of nice.
High. Yeah, look at the space.
Kind of nice. Yeah, it's so high I couldn't get it with my fingers. I also like the hole for the thumb, and because it makes it really comfortable. The safety's in a very
well-known spot, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, the safety is like really where you observe it right away, because what they say is when you cock this bow, it doesn't automatically go on safe like some bows, but you're looking right at the red dot, and before you even take your foot out of the stirrup, you put it on safe.
Safe, yep.
And that's the nice part about it. You're not going to miss that if you're paying attention, and so the safety of that is really good. It's got the anti-dry fire, which to me is a deal breaker on these crossbows now.
Yeah.
To me, if you don't have anti-dry fire, I don't want the crossbow, because you dry fire the thing, you just spend a lot of money for nothing.
That's right. When you have the bow cocked, if you don't put the arrow in, it doesn't lift up the anti-dry fire. Now we're going to show you how that works right now. We don't recommend trying this yourself, but we want to show you how that system works. So if I was to put it to fire on accident, forget to put the arrow in, this is what would happen. So you can see it got stopped by the arrow holder. So that's what an anti-dry fire does. And then what we're gonna do is put our cocker back on and recock it back up to where it needs to be. For sure. So yeah, it's got the anti-dry fire system. Again, how that works is, if you wanna hold it here for me, what that does is when this arrow goes in, it's going to slide, and there's a little metal thing right here. It's hard to see it, but yeah, that'll go up as the arrow goes in, and that allows it to fire. What Excalibur does, and Striker, their sister company, is they have a system here where what Kevin just did there with this button allows you to pull that up manually, and what that does is allows you to uncock this bow without firing it. Yeah. That's a big deal, because that allows you to not shoot into the ground, hit a rock. It's safer to not actually shoot the bow if you don't have to, unless you have a whole target to shoot at and all that. But this here will allow you to, and we'll show you in a minute how that works, but reverse the system and actually uncock it safely and then put it away. All right guys, so to reverse the Excalibur crossbows and some of the Striker crossbows, you basically put this back on the way you originally had it when you cocked it. And then what you're going to do is rotate to one side. So now you have all your pressure on this one side. You're going to flip it to fire. You can see there's no bolt in there. You do not want a bolt in this situation, obviously. And then you're going to pull back on this arm, fire it, hit this button, and bring it down. And I just leave mine like that. And that's that simple. I actually hunted with the micro suppressor this year and shot a doe, and so did my son with the same bow. And let me tell you, the power that comes off these bows is incredible. When I shot my doe with the bow, it went right through the deer, went about 15 yards in the woods and hit a tree before the deer even moved. That's how much speed and power Excalibur brings and delivers with their crossbows. This bow here, what I see about this bow is, like Kevin said, it's a great spot and stock bow, but this is a great bow for my kid. This bow right here is answering everything I wanted out of Excalibur, and I asked them, you know, to look at kids and how can we get kids involved. This bow is hitting that mark. The bow is short enough that you could see me as a full-grown man, I could actually be out here further. But like they said, it allows you to be compact and short. But for a child, this would be perfect. And it's not too much weight either, so it's less. And a kid's hands are never getting up there if they're under here. That's a huge distance. I can barely get up there, look, with my hand. And I'm a full-grown man, I can't even get my hand up into that rail because of that distance. Right. And that's important.
Yeah, and not just kids, but small stature people and women. Women, yeah. I mean, if I was getting my wife into crossbow hunting, I would definitely consider, you know, having her shoot this because of the size. You know, it's really nice, and not only does it deliver the power, but accuracy too. Oh. It's got, you know, with this scope, it's got accurate. It's got the speed ring, so you can dial it up for the speed you're shooting, and that way when you start moving out to 30, 40, 50 yards, you don't have to click on the elevation on your scope. You can just adjust the speed ring most of the time. I mean, if it doesn't work because the speed, you may have to do a few clicks, but that's a real nice feature of that scope.
Go to ExcaliburCrossbow.com to learn more about the 308 short, their new model, but don't forget they have a lot of other ones. So depending on what you're looking for, as an adult, you might want the micro suppressor. They have a 315. They have tons of different ones that you can choose from depending on what weight you're looking for or what fits you the best. So, but thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.